up a few thousand degrees with a Lava Hot podcast and host Joseph Connell Jr. You'll hear from ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things, from tech startup CEOs and marketing professionals to authors, investors, and sales trainers. This show will be packed with information to help you level up in life or business, taking you from on fire up to lava hot. Get ready to burn this down.
Welcome to another episode of the Lava Hot Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Connell, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today I have with me Dorian of Group 82. I met this individual down in Miami at Grant Cardone's 10X headquarters, down there for a marketing event, and we just kind of met by chance in the lunchroom cafeteria. I just kind of sat down next to him, and then I started to learn that this guy is a full-time content creator. He's an artist, among other things. So just some information I was able to pull about Dorian online. He's an artist that has had over 1 million streams online. He did this without any record label, publicist, or agency. He has created a large following on YouTube, currently sitting at just shy of 200,000 subscribers. He has over 100 million views or streams of his content online, which is incredible. Let's see. He has a large following on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. He also hosts his own podcast, 82 Points of View. He is also the creator of an online course an online online university called Group 82 University, correct?
Got it.
Yep. That was a little bit of a tongue twister for me. And he's a full-time creator on platforms like Instagram, YouTube. He has a large... Man, I'm having trouble following my own notes.
It was after the...
sorry, yeah, you also have a full-time marketing agency where you also help individuals with marketing. So, Dorian, welcome to the show, and I'm happy to have you here.
Absolutely, man. It's been good. I know it took us a while to link up, because I was traveling and things popped up. So I appreciate it, man. I love the setup too. I like how everything looks and your team and what you got going on, man. Really, really good. So I'm excited. Yep.
Yeah. It's definitely good to have you on. It's good to kind of be in the space. This is a new studio for the guys that take care of everything for me. But yeah, definitely happy to be in this space. Happy to have you on. But so, Dorian, this show was originally created as a platform for business owners, entrepreneurs, sales professionals, so they could come on, tune in for 30, 35 minutes, what have you, and be able to extract information from each guest on something that they can apply within their business. I think right now in 2022, there is no better time for individuals to start creating both long form and short form content. That's one of the big reasons why I wanted to have you on to the show, because you are definitely an individual that knows how to do both. You started with a large following on YouTube, correct?
I really started on Periscope. Periscope was like 2015.
Periscope.
Yeah, OG Periscope. Rest in peace, Periscope. That was, for those that don't remember, it was a live streaming platform where basically it wasn't pictures, it wasn't edited videos, it wasn't audio. You had to go live. And if you couldn't hold an audience, they just went somewhere else. And so for me, Periscope really trained me on how to deal with trolls, how to engage an audience, how to keep attention, how to get people to share. I was able to understand algorithms because, we would have this SoundCloud showcase where I would do it every Sunday. And I would have artists come on and I would play their music on my live. But for me to play it, they had to invite their audience. And so I realized that, every Monday morning we were trending on Periscope. Like, man, why are we trending? I would be right behind Steve Harvey and people like that. And at the time, I had no following at all.
Yeah.
And so I figured out that if you trigger these features inside these social media platforms, that's when you have an opportunity to, really get your word out there. So I went from there. Once Periscope kind of went to, can we cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay. Once they went to shit, I went over to Instagram. And Instagram at the time was only like 15-second videos. And as you could tell by this first answer, like I'm kind of long-winded, so trying to get 15 seconds of content for me was like, yo, what am I going to do? And I'm not posting pictures and all that. And at the time too, like I'm still very much an artist. Like I'm just trying to promote my music. I don't want to be a rapper sitting on cars with money. Like that's not who I am like that, So I had to figure out a way to get attention on me and to promote the business. And fortunately for me, Instagram launched a feature where like the week I got on Instagram, you can now make videos up to 60 seconds.
Yep.
So that was huge for me. I was like, all right, 60 seconds. I got my intro, my ducks, my swans. Welcome to the pond. My name is Dorian from group82music.com. All right, that's probably going to be about 7 seconds. At the end, click the link in the bio, purchase our playlist for $2.99 or whatever it is. So that's probably about 6 seconds. So I'm taking 15 seconds off. So I got 45 seconds to get my point across. And what's the easiest way to do that? Numbered lists, giving people facts that they can use. So I'll be 3 ways to get your music heard by A&Rs or something. I don't know. I never made a video like that, but I would say that. And that would make people watch. And if they watch the entire video, that triggers the algorithm. And the algorithm shares it with more people. And once they share with more people, since I'm saying all these things, click the link in the bio, get on our playlist. I'm dropping tips every single day. My following started blowing up. And, another thing that I did was I would take popular interviews that were talking about the music business or entrepreneurship, and I would break them down into layman's terms, talk to the camera like I talk to my homeboys back home, and break down these complicated business concepts. And it's something that we all can understand. That helped a lot too.
Yep.
And then that's when I came over to YouTube, and then that changed my life, really.
Yep. So you started as an artist creating content to try to get your music out there. What I like about the fact that you have a university that teaches other artists how to get their music out there and market it is that you're not like that typical 2022 guru type of individual that comes along and they have all these ideas that they've never done.
Exactly.
On how to achieve something, especially, nowadays, the big one is this is how you achieve something financially. And they are going to achieve their financials by selling courses on things that they've never applied. But you had to go from 0 streams to the 1 million streams, and doing that with, without your traditional backing. So building that presence or that culture on your own gives you the right to be able to teach it because you've been there. You've already done that. So I want to understand for an individual, let's say because you don't just work with artists now. Now a lot of these principles, as can be applied to any business, any sales professional, any person that needs to market something. I mean, for a musician, the marketing is them and it's their brand and it's their music. But for a business owner, I know that there's some things that they can take from Group 82 right now and start applying within their business. What do you see right now would be like this is where I would get started, whether I'm a musician or a business owner. This is where I would get started in getting content out there, so using some of these free mediums to get my message out there, my brand out there, my product, so on and so forth.
I mean, I think, I was saying this earlier on my YouTube when I went live this morning. I wake up every morning and, partake in whatever activities I want to, and I do it in front of my YouTube audience. So, but you have to have goals. And, a lot of people get on social media like, I just want to be out there more. I just need more attention. I just want more followers. Like, those aren't goals. You need to understand, like, what is it that you are trying to get? I want to increase revenue by 15%. I want to cross $100,000 in sales this year. Like, I want to make an extra $1,000 a month. And once you do that, you figure out what your financial goal is. Now you need to have products that can get you to where you want to get to financially. Mm-hmm. Then once you do that, now you know your price point, you know your products. You need to make sure you have all your e-commerce set up, whatever that means for you. Once you have all of that set up, now it's time for you to think about how can I make content that's going to draw people to my e-commerce, because that's the only way content is going to work for you. Like if you're making content just to be seen and just to be known, like you're better off just running around naked outside. Like there's gonna be so many people who are going to film you and they're going to share it everywhere. You'll be known. You know, if you really want to build a business out of this, you got to have goals and financial goals that link to where the content is going to be. So many people get started, they don't even do that. So if you do all of that, then you'll understand like, all right, this is my target demo. Now I need to make content that's going to make them buy this product. And for me, it was music marketing services. So I need to make content that made people that would trust me to buy music marketing services. You know, because the music industry is full of scams, like you were just talking about. Everybody thinks they're a guru. You know, I never taught anybody anything that I had done myself. Yeah. Like from day one at group82music.com, our tagline was how to get 1 million streams on Spotify. And I can say it because I did it. And I'm telling you how to. I ain't saying that you're going to do it. You know, but this is the information. This is everything that helped me get there. Now it's how to chart #1 on iTunes. Now it's how to get verified on Instagram and YouTube. Now it's how to get 100 million views on YouTube. So, you know, like you need to have some sort of accomplishment, some sort of value proposition that makes you a credible source in that field. And you need to understand that your customer is you. Like the reason that I got 1 million streams on Spotify is because nobody taught me. I had to learn, you know. So I set up Group 82 Music so I could teach other people, and because of that, now I'm a authoritative figure. And so I start talking to them in a language that only we can understand. Like, you know, and only independent artists know, like, you know, the Submit Hub hustle, or you know, the live mixtapes, or like the Dat Piff hustle. You know, or, you know, people DMing you about PRs and trying to get you in XX. Only artists know that. So when I'm speaking to them in the content, I'm using these reference points and they know that I'm real because I got the stats to back it. I got the plaques to back it. I got the knowledge to back it. And I got the language to back it. Yep. So what reason do you have not to buy from me?
Right. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who's streaming or doing even one of these virtual meetings, I mean, you've got the, you know, you got the credentials right behind you, you know, and just on a music standpoint, I mean, I've listened to the music, so I like the music. So, you know, it's not like it's coming from an artist that, you know, is some scrub who doesn't know how to even put out a good album. So, and you have some videos as well for the music that, you know, great quality as well. But
yeah, man, that's, you know, and it's so weird because, like, you know, Don't Sleep came out in 2016. Sunshine came out in 2015. I think Michael Porter, my other music video, came out like 2017. And like, I'm just such a different artist now. Yeah. But, you know, this ties into everything that we're talking about. Once I got traction on YouTube, I really found like, not only can it support me and my family, this can make us more money than anybody in my lineage ever has made. Yeah. I need to take advantage of this, you know? And so I went from being an artist to a full-time like media entrepreneur. Yep. And I was leaning on the fact that I'm doing this to get back to my artistry. But in reality, I really was like turning into just like a media entrepreneur. So now I'm just now getting back to the point where I'm purposely going to make my art again. Like I'm purposely buying beats and writing a little bit. And, you know, I got my computer where I'm about to really start recording. I'm reaching out to engineers, like things I wasn't doing before because all of this stuff got me caught up. So, you know, it's just so funny when you talk about them songs. It's like, man, that was like an eternity ago now because like at that time, 100 million views, please, bro. I didn't have 100 views. Yeah. When Sunshine came out, I didn't have 100 views.
Yeah. So and that's what I love about having a guy like you on is that for an individual that wants to get started, you know, that was you at that starting point, you know, and it's not to say that every individual that, you know, let's say they were to sign up for your course or your coaching, it doesn't mean that they're going to have 100,000 views. Here's one reason why. One, information not applied, it's just education is a quote that I wrote down earlier today, because if they don't apply all the information, you know, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to produce any measurable results. So I think for you to go from a point where you were that guy getting started. You went from 100 views to 100 million views is, it's an incredible task, but it's not something that it definitely didn't happen overnight. It was something that you had to go through the trial and error, the testing this and doing different things in order to get to that point to where you could actually put it out there. There was a saying that I've heard before, you got to go through kind of that learned knowledge, meaning you probably went and watched some YouTube videos on certain things, and then the activity knowledge. So you keep going back and forth from that. You learn more, then you do more activity, learn more and more activity. And eventually you get to a point where you can do teaching knowledge and you're worthy of being modeled, and you are definitely at that point where individuals have a valid reason why they should be following your content. They should be purchasing your coaching, your training, your courses. And then they should be applying it. They should be learning and then doing the activity. But let me ask, so I just circling back here for you hit great answer on the last question for a business owner. If a business, let's say like a dentist or a lawyer or doctor, real estate agent, if they're trying to figure out how to just get started with creating content, but they don't know how to come up with the ideas within their niche, like what would you suggest they do to kind of get that ball rolling if they're just looking at these platforms saying, man, I just don't know what to say. I don't know how to like speak or get on camera and just unload any of my content or ideas or thoughts.
So I would do this, doctor, lawyer, real estate, whomever. So I would do this for a week. I would write down every question you get asked at work. Write down every question, like anything a patient, a client, a potential client asks you, write it down. After about 48 hours, you're going to realize you're writing down about the same 5, 6, 7 questions. So once you realize you're getting asked the same 5, 6, 7 questions, you just got 5, 6, 7 pieces of content right there. Because if those people are asking those questions, that means those questions are being asked online too. And that's a very, very easy way. And then once you type in one of those questions into Google, there's going to be other prompts that Google automatically fills for you. And those are other pieces of content. Now, this is as baseline level search engine optimization as you're going to get. And that's 20 pieces of content right there. Put the question up top. You're the expert. You answer it. You pick one of the popular songs and you post that shit on all 5 platforms. Like, that's really not that difficult to do. And if you post 20 pieces of content just like that, somebody's going to reach out to you about something. Yep. And then now an audience will begin and people will start asking more questions. You start doing call to actions like we were talking about before. Go click the link in my bio, set up a meeting, download my free ebook, build that email list. It's that simple. The digital world is just like the physical world, except we're not in the same room, but all the same rules apply. Everything. And people need knowledge. So if you're a business, you have knowledge. Share the knowledge.
Yep. Cool. So I feel like this would be a great segue into the actual course or university itself. Just looking on the website, you have multiple layers that it appears you could buy the whole university, but then you could also buy kind of a la carte. Do you mind diving into some of like the core aspects of the actual university for those listening that may be interested in going to the site and signing up?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now it's group82university.com, and we have one course because I start off as an artist, so I wanted to feed that audience first. It's how to market your music on social media. And inside that course, man, it's just not like marketing principles. It's about business psychology. Like, you have to change how you think. Like, you can't come into any sort of business and be thinking like a consumer. You got to think like a creator. And a lot of artists get so caught up because their creative energy is being extracted from the music, which is great. But that creative energy has to come over to your business too. And you have to learn how to look at business the same way that you look at art. And so that's how I start off the course, teaching you about like what's a cold audience, a warm audience, a hot audience, how to talk to them, what they look like, how to find out who they are, branding, color psychology. Like I told you earlier, like I knew in this business that I wasn't going to be trusted. right? Because the music industry is full of scam artists. You know, when you look up color psychology, what color represents trust? Blue. What color shirt I got on?
Blue.
What color is my water bottle? That's intentional. You know, and I learned that. I teach you about that stuff inside the course. You know, I teach you my social media strategies, YouTube, Instagram, how to go live. Like I learned from Periscope and email strategies. And like you said, you can buy all these as an individual too. Like individual, it's a la carte. I'll teach you how to chart #1 on iTunes. There's no one that's charting #1 on iTunes that can teach you that. You know, and that can be applied to anybody that has anything on iTunes. I talk to it from the music perspective, but so the commodity is music. But if your commodity is books or your commodity is podcasts, that section is going to help you. There's something in there that you can do that can get you up them iTunes charts list. And I can tell you this right now, you know, all the stuff that I had accomplished up to that point, until I charted #1 on iTunes, that's when I got verified on Instagram. And as much as I don't care about that stuff, that verification blue check means something. Blue means trust, like we just said. So now I'm a trustworthy source when I post content. So now my content gets watched longer and it goes further. And the traffic that comes to my channel has exploded since I got verified. So that's a gem for your audience. If you want to get verified, you chart high on iTunes. That can really get you there for anything that you do. You know, I also have a section of the course, how to get millions of streams on Spotify. You know, so, and I have a proprietary system that I developed to shop to playlists and get on Spotify playlists for free, you know, that really helped me get a whole bunch of streams. So I made an entire course, you know, made it 6 sections. I used to be a college basketball coach. And to win a national championship, you got to win 6 games. So that's why I kind of made it 6 sections, broken up into 4 quarters, not 2 halves. I couldn't do it. I had too much to say, but 4 quarters. You know, so it has like a theme around it. Coach Clark, the animation's good. Like I get straight to the point. I don't bullshit in there. I hate courses that bullshit. We have a playbook, which is essentially a workbook that you can follow along. There's quizzes inside of there. And there's so much knowledge, man, that, you know, it's going to trigger something that you're not already doing. And the course is originally $2,000. Right now it's on sale for $997, but you can even segment that $997 into a payment plan. So you can do 4 payments of that $997. I think a payment is due every 2 weeks through PayPal credit. So group82university.com, how to market your music on social media. It's all that information is still very, very relevant because I just wrote it. So if you're an artist or a musician or some sort of creative and you want to know the most efficient ways to market that's going to get you the best return, like, you're taking 6 years of knowledge that I had, and I crunched it into 6 weeks. Wow. And for $997, you know, I mean, I wish somebody would have sold me this shit for $997 6 years ago. I'd be fucking worth $100 million right now. Yeah.
No, I guess the option is you go on YouTube and you're trying to piecemeal different people's philosophies, and you know, you stumble across the individuals that haven't actually did the deed or have been in that path and have actually done it. So an incredible amount of value all packed in there, not just for a musician, but for a business owner that's looking to get into the process of creating content and building up an audience and building a following. You know, it seems like there's value across the board for any individual that wants to take a look at it. So I'm curious about, I had a question down for long form content versus short form content, YouTube versus TikTok. If somebody was in the process of starting now, you said put it on the 5 platforms. So I'm kind of curious what those 5 are, but I'm willing to bet 3 or 4 of them are very short form platforms, short form content platforms. But where would you say get started right now? And then what are those 5 platforms you would say to immediately start trying to push out content? Because once you create one piece, it can go in multiple places.
Yeah. And so and I'm going to rank them. This, when you're making content right now, you know, this is the order that you need to be thinking about the content and where it should go. So if you're starting off right now, you only need to be thinking about short form content. Short form has exploded everything. It's the reason I started posting short form content, thinking September. It was like August or September, you know, and at that time on YouTube, I think I had like 89,000 subscribers. I probably had 17 million views. You know, since then, when I started posting the short form, We're now at 190,000 subscribers and 100 million views. That's just how explosive short form is right now.
So you converted individuals,
literally.
You converted short form content users to subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how they're pushing it. Because the first platform to do that, and this is the order. TikTok.
Yep.
Anything that you do needs to go on TikTok first, and it needs to be made for TikTok. It needs to be made for success of TikTok. If you post a video and it fucks up on TikTok, which is censored or whatever, then you need to change your style. Everybody is adjusting to TikTok, so you need to be on TikTok first. That's my opinion, number one. Number two is YouTube Shorts, because a lot of people aren't using YouTube Shorts. They're underrating the fact that Google owns YouTube and they need short form content. I posted this on my Twitter yesterday, my Instagram today, Dorian Group 82. Go follow me on all those. But I said, I think eventually Google, the first page of Google search results is just going to be like TikTok style videos.
Yep.
It's not going to be links. It's going to be videos, because people consume that faster and they can force it in front of your face faster, and if you want the search term, the keyword for best business podcast, and instead of it being a link, it's the Lava Hot podcast, some short form, how much would you pay for that? How much would advertisers pay for that?
Yeah.
I think
it'll probably be carousel style too.
Exactly.
The way they set everything up, it'll be carousel style, it'll be right there, and you'll be able to bid on those keywords.
And I think that's where they're going. I think that's why they haven't paid shorts yet, like across the board. They keep giving us bonuses, but this advertising model that they're going to come up with is going to be insane. Yeah. So you need to be posting short form content, because people are fucking sleep on it. The third one, and the reason I'm ranking it higher, is because people are so sleep on it. Most people don't even know about it. Is Facebook Reels, not Instagram Reels.
Yeah,
Facebook Reels. Facebook has its own Reels. It has its own algorithm, and they need content because people aren't posting over there.
And they're paying good bonuses for that content.
I'm about to tell you exactly.
Yeah.
So, my Facebook business page, I tried everything to grow that goddamn page. Everything. Okay. Facebook business page is just hard to grow. Maybe I didn't figure it out. Maybe my content didn't work. I'm an idiot. I don't know. It works on Instagram and YouTube, doesn't work there. So I only had like 4,000 Facebook followers. And they basically were people that converted from my personal page to my business. So people from high school and shit. But I started posting Facebook Reels. And these were the same videos I was posting on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts. And I started posting on Facebook Reels, 10 weeks ago. And we had 4,000 followers. I checked earlier. I have 40,000 followers. I've 10x that. 40,000 followers. I'm getting like 1 million views a day on Facebook Reels. I'm qualified right now for the $35,000 bonus.
Yep.
I'm already accumulated $20,000 for this month.
Come on.
And the bonus ends on February 22nd. So the max I can get is $35,000. So I'm probably going to get $35,000 just this month from Facebook Reels. That's how crazy it is right now. They need the content bad. So you need to go to Facebook Reels. Fourth is Instagram Reels. Instagram just has crazy reach. Everybody loves it. Anything that you post on TikTok, post on Instagram. Instagram Reels is literally copying everything TikTok's doing. They have video replies now and everything. So anything that you do on TikTok, just go ahead and just do the same thing on Instagram Reels.
Yep.
And then the last one is Twitter. They haven't done anything as far as like, this is our short form, because Twitter's always been short form, But like those videos, if you're already making them for the other 4 platforms, you might as well just go ahead and put it over there too.
Yep. So, Dorian, I had other questions, but I feel like you answered more than those questions throughout this entire interview. So, I just want to say, I've done quite a few episodes of we're getting this podcast rolling and started. This was packed with so much freaking value. So awesome. If that's what you condense in 28 minutes, I'm willing to bet that your course broken down into 6 different sections with 4 quarters is going to have everything laid out in a nice uniform blueprint for any individual to be able to follow. So as we're closing out this episode, I wanted to do two things. One, I've got a sample of your music that I just wanted to play, just so individuals that are new to Dorian, they have an opportunity to hear some of your music. And as I understand, you're in the process of making some more music. You putting together a new album. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's I'm very transparent about a lot of shit, but for some reason, man, when it comes to my artistry, I'm like, so I'm always writing, and I've been putting in a lot more effort towards that venture. I'll just say that.
Yeah. So I want to play a clip of one of your songs just so the listeners have an opportunity just to hear what you have to offer. But then, from there, I really want you to just kind of connect everybody where they can follow you, where to find you, so on and so forth, just to make sure that if they might not have caught it that first go around, that they have an opportunity to hear it again. So just bear with me real quick, and this song is, I think it's Don't Sleep.
Don't Sleep.
I stunt large, I pull cards, you ain't hard. I spit back, your squad whack. Y'all heard that? Run this back. Down sleep, nigga, down sleep. Down sleep, nigga, down sleep. I flex hard, I stunt large, I pull cards, you ain't hard. I spit back, your squad whack. Y'all heard.
So I was toying in my brain, do I let it go just that 25, 30 seconds I was thinking, or do I just let this thing play and we're just going to sit here and listen to the whole damn song? But no, I that song, I like a lot of the songs that you have on that album, but that one kind of stuck with me as the one that I like the most, I think. I've been listening to it, pretty much all weekend, listening to it a lot today. But so Dorian, I do want to say I appreciate you coming on to the show. I know you're a busy man, but for anybody listening, just want to circle back one more time where they can follow you. Also, the website for them to go and get access to the course, and for anybody that's looking for even the marketing aspect through the agency, where they can find you as well.
Yeah, man, I just want to just really tell the audience, we're living in an era right now where, anything that you want can happen, like anything, and it's just a matter of, like you were talking about, like information without application is just education. And, you could go to group82university.com and you can buy my courses. You can follow me on Instagram and YouTube at Dorian Group 82 and listen to the tips I'm going to give you every day, because I'm always going to give tips. But if you're not out here applying that, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And like, we are in a time right now where it's just time to do. It's just time to do. Like when we were down there and at 10X at Grant Cardone's headquarters, like, you said that you were going to do this, and there were other people that came up to me and said they were going to do this. They were going to hit me up. They wanted me on the podcast. You were the only one, so that shows that certain people just want it. And so for your audience who is listening, and anybody who like goes follow me on Dorian Group 82 or comes over to the university, if you're not ready to educate yourself and you're not ready to don't even bother, because the way that my content is and the way that I talk and the way that I teach, I'm the coach that's on your ass. That's who I am. Man. And, we all play sports. There were certain players that were talented, but they were lazy. And the coach that was on their ass would piss them off, and it broke some of them down. And they quit. But it built some of them up too, So go follow me over there. That's the type of content you like. If not, keep your ass away, because I'm not about to be arguing with you because you lazy and you scared of success. So
yeah, what you just said reminded me of a quote that I saw recently, where stop complaining about the results you didn't get for the work you didn't do.
Exactly.
It's so true. In so many different industries, whether it's content creation, if it's in sales, if it's in, the gym, everybody's so quick to blame the membership, blame the trainer, blame, the course or what have you, but they won't actually look in the mirror and say, okay, well, maybe it wasn't the gym's fault that, I kept eating cheeseburgers and, I only went 2-3 days a week. Sometimes it's that, little added personal accountability. But so I'll land the plane on that. Dorian, I appreciate you coming on. I have a feeling with the way that content creation is that 6 months from now, 6 weeks from now, 6 days from now, it's not even going to, a lot of it will be the same, but there will be some new stuff. So in the future, I absolutely want to have you back because I'm willing to bet that there's going to be some new information that is going to be just as impactful to go with some of the older information. But thank you for coming on, and I appreciate you.
When I'll come back, when you get to 1 million views on a platform, I'll come back because then we'll be able to have like a deeper conversation about this content shit because you'll be scorned by then. So
yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna have to start applying some of this because TikTok, Shorts, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, Twitter. I've been sleeping on Twitter. Really, I've been sleeping on all of them. So it's time to wake up.
So appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Lava Hot Podcast with Joseph Connell Jr. Do you want to level up your business in 2022? Then visit us at golavahot.com for a free marketing analysis.